So I want to come on, do a quick little mukbang of what I'm eating. So I made a very quick impromptu vegetable curry. And yeah, I'm laying in bed. And honestly, I couldn't find anything to watch. So I decided to just go ahead and do a freaking mukbang. Why not? Okay. So we just have some regular white rice. And then I'm gonna say this is a yellow curry. I kind of made it out of seasonings and coconut milk, coconut oil, little coconut palm sugar, and then, you know, other spices. We have snap peas, carrots, potatoes, broccoli, chickpeas, onion, garlic, ginger, bell pepper. Really good stuff. So I made my daughter some dinner and she hasn't quite, wait, no, I think she just got out of the shower. Yeah, so and phone's gonna be a little bit wobbly because, as I stated, this is just a quick little eat with me session. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to format my mukbang videos. Don't mind my nails also. I kind of did a little touch up to my roots. Not my roots, but yeah, I tried to brighten up the color in my hair. And I didn't have gloves, so. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to format my mukbang videos. Like, if I want to, you know, how I want to do the setup. And I'm gonna be honest, while I'm waiting to figure that out, I could still be recording videos, you know, because I've been wanting to do this for years, I'm not gonna lie. But every time I go to do it, I'm like, I don't have the idea. So it's just like one of those things where you just kind of have to start where you are. And where I am is in the bed. So I just had this really bad experience. I don't know what it is with the month of August. Apparently there's a Lionsgate portal, Mercury's in retrograde, a bunch of other things, right? But I'm telling you, like, if you believe in those things. But so this is the first time it's ever really affected me to this caliber. So one night I went out, drink with my friends, and hold on. And before me and my friend met up at the bar, actually we were gonna go to a restaurant first and then a bar. So I ended up beating her to the restaurant. Both of us end up having something go wrong. So she ended up getting stopped by the police because she was speeding. I ended up hitting the curb. Right? I do it all the time. It happens. Anyway, we end up both like just being over the night, you know, saying that we're gonna still go out to the bar instead of the restaurant we were at. And so that's what we did. Next day, maybe 2 or 3 days later, Layla, come here. A little bit of salt, sriracha.
Yes.
Can you close my door?
Yes.
Thank you. Layla, not all the way. I want Justice to be able to get in. Just close it, barely. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, so a couple days later, turns out I have a flat tire. But I didn't really know I had a flat because my tires are a little bit low all the time. Just because, like, I'm just a girl, you know? And I currently don't have a boyfriend. I know, like, people think it's 2023, so you should know how to do certain things, like keep airing your tires. But it is what it is, so. yeah. I don't like how this is like leaning. Anywho, so that's the first thing that happened. I had to go get a tire. Second and third thing that happened, my car. I've been having my car for 10 years, brand new. Bought it brand new, been having it for 10 years, never had any serious issues or anything go wrong with my car. But my car broke down, guys. It stopped on me when I was going to pick up my daughter from school. Stopped on me out of nowhere. And so I've never had that happen before. I was at a red light or like a turning light. And so I just turned the car off because like my brakes locked up and everything. Turned the car off. Also, if you guys know anything about cars and this sounds like something that you're aware of or you know what's going on, please let me know. But anyway, so I turned it back on. My oil light was on ever since I got a new tire. I thought it was because maybe it was uneven, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get a second tire to match the front because now my oil light is on. So anyway, I just so happened to be right up the street from Walmart. Went to Walmart really quickly, got some oil just to temporarily put in my car, and then I made it to my daughter. My car was still making some like weird knocking noise. But I made it to her. And then we had to get on the highway to get to the house. So Carrot. I love that lady. I think she's on TikTok. Potato. Chickpea. Broccoli. Okay. Anyway, I had to get on the highway. And it started out cool. I was like one exit away from my house. Car starts smoking. And I thought it was smoking the whole time. I was like, my car's smoking a little bit. But I was like, no, it doesn't look like it. Turns out it was. So I have to pull over on the side of the road. I bawled my little eyes out. I had my two kids in the back seat. Car was hot. You know, it was like all sorts of random things. So it was just overwhelming because I really don't have anyone in town. I don't have, well, I'm not gonna say I don't have anyone. I don't have like a ton of options. But my brother was thankfully off of work and in town. So he came about like 20-30 minutes later to come pick us up. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna order a tow. So I called my mom. I was like, Mom, where should I get my car towed from? Like, who should I use to tow my car? And so she was like, I don't know, you know, whatever. She said she didn't know. So I just Googled the first one that came up. I looked it up a little bit. And then, you know, I was like, I went with the first one. Cool. So they're all like, okay. It was Friday. They're all like, yeah, well, we're a little busy. Or no, one of our guys is out picking up a car. He'll be to your car after he's done with that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So anyway, my brother comes to get us, and the tow people, they're like, yeah, we'll have him call you when he's en route, when he arrives, when he's en route. And so that was the plan. Apparently, they had to have this guy. He told me he was at the location, right? Told me he was there. And then they had to have him go to another accident. I don't know why it took precedence over, you know, my situation, but it did. So he was already there apparently. Then he had to leave to go to another spot. And they're like, we're so sorry, we'll get to you right after this. It's just the police are involved and they're in the middle of the road, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. About an hour or two later, a guy texted me, and I'm gonna be honest, because he called me and I didn't compare the numbers. So I'm thinking it's the same guy. But he was like exiting, blah blah blah, this exit BDU shortly, and I'm like, cool. And so yeah, he didn't call me when he arrived. He didn't call me when he was en route, like, to me, which is cool. But it happened. This guy comes pulling up with my car. Okay. And he knocks on the door and he's all like, hey, you didn't have keys in your car. Oh yeah, I skipped that part. They told me to leave the keys in the gas tank, which I did. And then I left the front door unlocked. That way they could pop the gas tank, which I did. So yeah, you know, he comes bringing my car saying, hey, your keys weren't there. So not only is my car broken down right now, I don't have keys. And I bought it brand new. I had 2 sets of keys, but the first key thing that, you know, I used that maybe the first 7 to 8 years of having my car. And that one finally was like on its last leg. So I have this one. This is like the second one. And so the other one, you know, is gone. Anyway, so I'm telling the tow people, well, you guys had 2 people come to my car. And in between that time, I don't think anybody would stop on the side of the road to look in the gas tank and steal my key. Y'all knew exactly where my key was. And it's gone. And the thing is, I'm really a non-confrontational person. So I just cried when he told me that, because it's like, what the fuck? Like, I know y'all had something to do with it, but of course I can't prove it. And then he was like, well, you still have to pay. And of course I did, because, you know, once again, very non-confrontational. I don't have time for it. It's like, I believe in karma, you know, and if you're lying, then it'll be taken from you tenfold even. But yeah, still paid him for the service. Didn't really say anything else about it. Oh, I filed a police report, and the police were like, well, we actually use that tow service, so they're very, you know, blah blah, like, fuck. Sorry. But come on now, you're already questioning me. And the cops were like, you said he got in the car. Like, you know, this cop is trying to take my statement, and he repeated something that I clearly didn't say. I know I didn't say it. And it's like, yeah, you did say that. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not one to, like, argue with cops. You know? I'm not gonna do it. Somebody else can do it. Get somebody else to do it. I'm not doing shit. But yeah. This guy's all like, well, you said he did A, B, C, and D. And I'm like, no, I never said that. I said this, you know? And hopefully this shit's being recorded so that you could play this back. And anyway, it doesn't really matter. So that's what happened. That's what happened to my car. That is why I'm kind of I've been taking the time, not gonna lie, I've been taking the time to recenter myself, get back in tune with myself spiritually. So I haven't been going to work. I'm probably gonna try to go this week. I'm just gonna Uber or something. But yeah. So that's what I've been going through. I'm probably gonna finish this entire thing. But yeah, so 3 things happened in the month of August to my car. And I have been manifesting a new car. But I specifically said I did not want anything to happen to my old car. You know? But I guess I wasn't specific enough. Maybe it was the path of least resistance for me to get my new car. And so I'll remain hopeful about that. It's just sometimes when you're dealing with change and certain things have to get out of the way so that you can welcome new things, it is a little tough letting go. But it only really took me like a day or two to really, like, ground myself in the reality that, okay, I need a new car. So this is something that I really need to focus on manifesting, something that I really need to put my actions into. And I also want to keep my job. So because I was kind of thinking about getting an at-home job, but it's like, no, I still want to keep my job. I love my job. And I'm not saying it's a career, but I like the job, and I've never really liked jobs before. So I just had to get my intentions a little clearer, you know, focus. And I've been dieting. I mean, I know this is a lot of carb, but I haven't really had many calories today. So I've been doing like, I'm not gonna say I've been fasting, but I've given up like a few things. And I'm telling you, every time you fast and you like choose to give something up to like welcome new things into your life, it's always tower moments. So that's what we call like when shit just hits the fan. Call it tower moments in tarot. Been having a lot of those lately, so I know something big is coming in. I'm just remaining hopeful. I'm kind of in this space where I don't feel like myself, but I do believe that's because we are like manifesting like a new version of self, you know, ascending. But yeah, I've been feeling very like just blah about existence lately. Not in like a bad way, just like you know, I don't feel like myself. But I think that's okay. I think it's okay to be in that energy sometimes. I think it's necessary even. Last bite.